place on August 15, 1975. They wanted to make Awami League leaderless by killing Sheikh Hasina, he added. The State Council said the convicts were handed down 10-year imprisonment each under each of the two sections of the case. Describing poverty as the main enemy of South Asia's development, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina reiterated her call to work together by all countries of the region to root out poverty. The Premier made the call when Sri Lankan High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Yasoja Gunasakera, paid a farewell call on her at her official Gana Bhavan residence this morning. Prime Minister's Press Secretary Ihsanul Karim briefed reporters after the meeting. He said the Prime Minister and the Sri Lankan envoy discussed matters of bilateral interest, especially economic cooperation. They expressed happiness over the present state of bilateral ties and emphasized on expanding the areas of economic cooperation. The Premier said Father of the Nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman had a vision to build a developed and prosperous Bangladesh. Pointing out her government's strides for establishing 100 economic zones across the country for industrialization and employment generation. The Premier said land has been allocated for China, India and Korean investors in these economic zones. The Prime Minister invited the Sri Lankan investors to make investment in these economic zones, saying they can avail the opportunity by making huge investment. The Premier and the Sri Lankan High Commissioner put emphasis on in the tourism sector. Sheikh Hasina highly appreciated the education system in Sri Lanka. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid has returned home from London after medical checkup and treatment of the eyes. A flight of Biman Bangladesh Airlines carrying the president landed at Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport this morning. Finance Minister Abul Mal Abdul Muhit, Agriculture Minister Motia Chaudhry, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, British High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Cabinet Secretary, Chiefs of 3 services, Inspector General of Police, Foreign Secretary and high civil and military officials received the president at the airport. Commonwealth Parliamentary Association CPA Secretary General Akbar Khan has paid a courtesy call on Speaker and Chairperson of CPA Executive Committee Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry at her office in the capital today. During the meeting, they discussed about overall preparations centering the upcoming 63rd Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference CPC, scheduled to be held in Dhaka from November 1 to 8. The Speaker said it is a prestigious thing for Bangladesh to organize the CPA conference in Dhaka, adding that all preparations have already been completed in this regard. Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry said Bangladesh would prove again its capability before the world community through organizing the conference. CPA Secretary General wished the 63rd CPC 2017 a success and hoped that the arrangement would be successful under the dynamic leadership of CPA Chairperson Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry.
The Bangladesh delegation to the 137th IPU Assembly made a courtesy call on Speaker and Chairperson of the CPA Executive Committee, Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry, at her office at the Shangshud Bhavan in the capital today. During the meeting, the delegation apprised the Speaker of Bangladesh's achievement in the IPU Assembly. Former IPU President Sabir Hossain Chaudhry said that the IPU honored him with lifetime honorary presidency and Russia honored him with Order of Friendship, Russia's highest state decoration. The Speaker thanked the delegation members for their efforts to mobilize the global attention regarding the Rohingya issue. Chief Whip ASM Firoz, Whip Atiq Rahman Atiq and Shahiduzaman Sharkar, members of the Parliament Abul Kalam Azad, Fazle Karim, Washika Aisha Khan, Pankaj Debonath, Sabina Akhtar and Mamunur Rashid were present on the occasion. Finance Minister A.M.A. Muhit has said Bangladesh will emerge as ICT tiger in the next 10 years as the country has already made a tremendous headway in ICT because of the government's realistic policies and plans. He said this while addressing the closing session of a seminar on Impact Bangladesh Forum in the capital today. State Minister for ICT Division Zunaid Ahmed Polok and Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and Industry DCCI President Abul Kashim Khan also spoke at the session. United Nations Development Programme UNDP and DCCI jointly organized the day-long event. Zunaid Ahmed Polok said immediately after coming to power, the present government took realistic steps to build digital Bangladesh. As a result, the number of internet users increased to 8 crore from 10 lakh 8. The Finance Minister said introduction of online payment systems helped reduce 75% cost. The ICT is also playing important role in health sector, he added. Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obadul Qadir has said BNP staged attack on Begum Khalida Zia at Feni, failing to prove her popularity. He made the remark while speaking at a meeting organized by truck-covered van Malik Shromik Oikko Porishod in the capital today. Convener of the organization, Rustam Ali Khan, chaired the function, while among others, Shipping Minister Shahjahan Khan and Railway Minister Mujibul Haq spoke. Railways Minister said government has restored order in transport sector. Shipping Minister said that leaders who burn their workers alive cannot work for their welfare. Road Transport Minister said instead of travelling by air, Begum Zia went to Cox's Bazar by road and it created a traffic jam there. Information Minister Hasanul Haq Inu has said the Bay of Bengal and blue economy will take forward the country on a new step of development. He was addressing a workshop on naval architecture and seashore engineering organized by Engineering Technology faculty of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Maritime University in Dhaka today. Engineering and Technology Department's Dean Commodore M. Ziauddin Alamgir chaired the program, while Vice Chancellor Rear Admiral A.H.M. Abdul Batin, faculty, teachers and students were present. Information Minister said Bangladesh must be built as a country free from corruption, factionalism and militancy to expedite development of the country. He expressed hope that the country's economy would move forward to another degree through digital technology and maritime economy. Disaster Management and Relief Minister Mufazzal Hussain Chaudhry Maya has said the government brought 3 lakh Rohingyas under the biometric registration, and by the mid-December all Rohingyas would be brought under registration process as 50 booths have been working on it. He told the newsman after emerging from an interministerial meeting at his ministry's conference room today. Disaster Management and Relief Minister Secretary Shah Kamal and representatives of different ministries concerned were present at the meeting. The minister said the government has targeted to install 2 lakh shelters, 50,000 latrines and 1 police camp for each 4 blocks of Kutupalong camp. The minister said the government has primarily estimated that 1,50,000 shelters would be required for the Rohingya people, and 1,31,000 shelters have already been constructed, while the rest would be set up by November.
Now, international news. France, Germany, the United Kingdom and the United States have all refused to acknowledge Catalan statehood. The President of the European Council, Donald Tusk, said that the EU would continue to speak only with Spain. Meanwhile, a reported 3 lakh people attending a rally for Spanish unity in Barcelona. Many of those protesting in the region's largest city chanted that sacked Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont should be jailed. Puigdemont was dismissed as Spain's central government took control of Catalan institutions. Meanwhile, the Spanish government has said it would welcome participation of sacked Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont in new elections. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has said Tehran will continue to produce missiles for defense purposes and does not believe its missile development program violates international accords. In a speech to Parliament today, Rouhani also hit out at the US, calling negotiations with Washington madness. Rouhani's comments came after US President Donald Trump refused to certify Iran's compliance with the landmark 2015 deal, curtailing Tehran's nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief. Security forces in the Somali capital Mogadishu have ended a 15-hour siege of a hotel stormed by armed militants. The gunmen entered the building after 2 bombs were detonated in the area. At least 20 people were killed and it is feared more bodies will be found as security forces search the hotel. The militant group Al-Shabaab said it had carried out the bombings. 2 weeks ago, 358 people died in the worst attack in Somalia since the group launched its offensive in 2007. The Al-Qaeda-linked group denies having any involvement with the 14 October attack, from which another 56 people are still missing.
Deputy Speaker Mohammad Fazlur Rabbi Mia has said Bangladesh has been successful in drawing the global attention during the 137th Inter-Parliamentary Union IPU Assembly in Russia on the Rohingya issue, with an urge to come forward to resolve the crisis. The Deputy Speaker said this at a press conference at Parliament Members Club in the Changshed Bhavan today. Among others, Chief Whip A.S.M. Firoz was present. The Deputy Speaker said Bangladesh tabled a resolution titled Ending the Grave Human Crisis, Persecution and Violent Attacks on the Rohingya as a Threat to International Peace and Security and ensuring their unconditional and safe return to their homeland in Myanmar in the Assembly that was accepted, bagging the highest 1,027 votes. The Air Canada will start its operation from Toronto to Dhaka soon via New Delhi, as per the air service agreement recently signed between Bangladesh and Canada. This was revealed when newly appointed Canadian High Commissioner Benoit Prefontaine paid a courtesy call on Civil Aviation and Tourism Minister Rashid Khan Menon at Secretariat today. The minister expressed his hope that the operations of Air Canada between Bangladesh and Canada will further expand trade and commerce relations between the two nations. The High Commissioner said Canada appointed a special envoy to create pressure to Myanmar government for taking back Rohingyas from Bangladesh. He said the Canadian Prime Minister had issued stringent statement to warn Myanmar government. Thanking Canada for taking firm stand against Myanmar government regarding ethnic cleansing for Rohingyas, the minister said the world community needs to take more stern steps for forcing Myanmar to take back their nationals from Bangladesh. China will provide $550 million to Bangladesh to implement installation of single-point mooring with double pipeline project in a bid to ensure energy security of the country. In this regard, a framework agreement was signed between China and Bangladesh at the ERD conference room in the capital today. Economic Relations Division's Secretary Ghazi Shafiq Al-Azam and Chinese Ambassador to Dhaka Ma Miao Kiang signed the agreement on behalf of their respective sides. State Minister for Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Nasrul Hamid was present. The main objectives of the project are to make balance between the demand and supply of the country's energy need and to reduce the system loss during import of refined and non-refined fuel by lighter range operation.
Now news on sports. Bangladesh lost to South Africa by 83 runs in the last and second T20 of the two-match series at Potchefstroom and lost the series by 2-0. Chasing the victory target of 225 runs, the Tigers scored 141 runs for all in 18 overs 3 balls. Shomo Sharkar scored 44 runs for Bangladesh. Earlier, Bangladesh won the toss and sent South Africa to bat first. The hosts scored 224 runs for 4 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. Hashim Amla scored 85 runs, while David Miller was unbeaten on 101 runs for South Africa. And now to end the bulletin, a recap of the top stories. 11 get 20 years imprisonment for attempting to kill Sheikh Hasina in 1989. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina calls for working together to root out poverty from South Asia. CPA Secretary General calls on Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry. Preparations complete to hold Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference in Dhaka. BNP staged Feni attack, failing to prove Khaleda Zia's popularity, says Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir. No international support for Catalonia independence. Huge rally in Barcelona for Spanish unity. And South Africa defeat Bangladesh in the final T20 match by 83 runs.
That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our next bulletin that's coming up at 11:30. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.